Hi, welcome back to the channel. I am Jennifer Hale, working voice actor of many years, and today we're going to talk about demos. Oh, demos. We could spend so many videos talking about demos because, oh my God, this is one of the areas where people waste the most amount of money and time. I know, because I've done it. And when I did it, I lived in what they call, I think, a tertiary market. It was a city in Birmingham, Alabama. And, you know, there at least it was somewhat cheaper to make a demo. But a real demo nowadays takes a chunk of change. And when do you know you're ready? I think that's a great question. Somebody was asking about that. So I've heard several different criteria that will tell you when you're ready. One is if you can be handed a script and by the second time performing that script, you're up to speed and broadcastable, like at what you know is your best, then you're ready to make a demo. Each time you get a new script. Now that's a high standard, but I think it's a good one. So let's back it up. Let's talk about the steps in making a demo. We have at SkillsHub.Life, Acting.SkillsHub.Life, we have what we call a demo's path. We have a bunch of paths laid out. It's part of what we call the Skills Hub Edge, which is plan it, learn it, practice it, and check it. That's really important, checking it, because our own assumptions and our own takes on things, let's test those. Let's kick the tires and make sure that we're really as on as we think we are. Speaking of on, I'm going to move this back so I am more on mic. So the demo's path, back to that for a second. I wrote all the paths and I wrote all the steps. And the steps, the sort of general idea of the steps in the demo's path are this. Number one, build your skill in that area. If you're making a demo for animation or games or audiobooks or medical narration or corporate narration, whatever it is, commercials, build your skill. Check your skill. Check your skill in all kinds of situations. Check it in what we have workout rooms. They're virtual get-togethers where just peer-to-peer learning. They're free on the site. But, you know, whatever your equivalent of that is, get together with friends and work out on stuff. Check it there. Then check it in front of somebody who does it for a living. And then check it in your higher stress situation, which is in front of somebody who could hire you to do this, theoretically, at some point. You know, and you're going to obviously pay them for their time because they're helping you. That's what mentorship today looks like. That, you know, in the way we've set it up. I think mentorship is really important, and it's also really important to respect people's times. And when you're hiring them as a coach for a few minutes, it works out for everybody. You get the information you need and they're compensated for their time. I like that equation. It works very well. It gets everyone to show up and take care of each other. So when you go in front of those people like that, who are buyers, your nerves come up. All the things come up that slow you down, that can throw you. And it's so important to practice that over and over again. And yes, this is relevant to your demo. If you don't have the ability to show up and do the job under those circumstances, you're not ready. You're not just practicing your skills of reading out loud, of acting and all that. You're practicing your skills of showing up in difficult situations and performing well. That is a skill people neglect. They just think if they work on practicing hard enough, they won't have those feelings. No, I still have them, and I've been doing this for 4 decades. I just move through them a lot faster, so it looks like I'm not having them. You know, I've just done it so many times. It's really important. Okay, so back to the demo. So you've tested your skills, you know, and one of the things I highly recommend is making a mock demo. Make yourself a practice demo where you put it all together yourself and you kind of sit with it and then play it for somebody who knows. Play it for somebody who understands the industry and will give you a truthful rendering of what you've put together. And you're not looking for production value. Like it's not about the sound effects. It's about you. And that's another thing about demos. We have this series on the site called Fireside Chats, or they're panel conversations with experts in an area. And we did a whole fireside chat on demos. And oh my gosh, it is fire, if I do say so. There are a few people on there who are demo coaches, demo producers, and then my agent of many years from SBV Talent in Los Angeles weighs in on what an agent actually thinks and wants and expects and will really listen to. That is some serious truth bombs. But one of the things that she pointed out is that, each area gets its own demo. Animation gets its own. Games gets its own. Commercial gets its own. So that process of laying those out is really important. So all of that is preparation for making your demo. Then you have to find the right person to do it with. And it's just like hiring somebody to work on your house, hiring somebody to do any kind of contract work for you. Interview a few people, talk to people. I would not recommend just taking it on one person's recommendation, because what works for your friend won't work for you. I have a friend who's an incredible songwriter, and she referred me to a producer to produce some of my stuff, and I was like, wow, this is not a match. And he did amazing things for her, but not a match for me. Okay, move on. Find the right match. Trust your own gut. You will know. You will feel it. You trust it. And be super clear about the terms. I'm going to give you X dollars, and for that, I'm going to get this. These are the specific steps. And there's all kinds of pitfalls to avoid in that fireside chat. It was over an hour, that conversation. All kinds of trouble to avoid is in there. But, hopefully I don't want you to run into any of those. But this is a short conversation about it. So you found your producer. And then you're going to make your demo. And in that process, I recommend running it by an objective buyer or two. Just to go, am I on track here? And they'll go, you know what? That mix is burying you in sound effects and stuff. That's one thing my agent said was, I don't care about your sound effects. I care about your voice. I care about what you can do. It should be well produced and of good quality, but, the effects are not the star. You are. You're acting, your voice, who you are. So that's just an overview about demos. And once again, please don't make a demo until your skills are built, stress tested, built again, tested again, and you are quite solid. Like you're being itching and ready to go with the demo because you just want to get to work and start making money. That's a setup for failure and disappointment. Being itching and ready to make a demo because you have practiced consistently for quite a long period of time. You can trust your skills. Somebody hands you a new script of whatever genre, and you're like, let me at it. I got it. And boom, you jump in and you feel good about what you've done within a couple of takes. No, it may not be perfect, but it's pretty darn great. That's really, really important. You never want to overproduce a demo and show up and you underproduced your practice and you can't actually do what's on the demo. That does not go well. Does not go well for building relationships and a career. And remember, you're playing the long game here. So have fun. Go out there. As always, please like, subscribe, and share. And we're really, really glad you're here. Have a great day.